It's all about how you approach them. And you approach them with, first of all, don't ever try to surprise a woman.
Okay.
Because, well, a lot of guys do. It's like they run up, excuse me, and they get really close and they get in their face. They're nervous themselves. And you kind of, it's like approaching an animal, a deer in the wild. It's like, here I am. I'm making eye contact. We've made eye contact for a while. I'm getting up slowly. I'm moving towards you. Here are my hands. Sort of like interacting with the cops sometimes. It's like, I got nothing up my sleeve and we're going to do this slow. And I'm going to smile. I'm going to exude warmth. I'm not going to get in too close. I'm certainly not going to touch her.
Does body language matter?
Of course it matters. So I have a whole chapter about the game of please.
Say that again.
Okay, the game of please no. So
Please no.
this is a game that I played at Tisch. So I went to Tisch School of the Arts at NYU to train as an actor. And in my first semester of acting school, we didn't do any acting, really. We didn't study scenes. We didn't do plays. We played this one game. And we played this game for, I think, 3 or 4 months straight. And the game is called the game of please no. And I've since discovered that this game is the fundamental game of human relationships. It wasn't advertised to me as such, but I since understood that this is the core game at the heart of all human interaction, which is I'm going to you because I want something from you, whether it's attention, sex, a dollar, a job, a house, a meal. It's like I'm here because I want something or else I'd be somewhere else, right? And the default answer is no. Can I have $1? No. Hey, could I take you out for a drink sometime? No. Could I have this job? No, definitely not. So, and there's some wisdom to that. Like I say in the book, the universe lives closed. If the default answer to the universe was yes, if we just lived in this like genie bottle where if we just think it and we want it, our wishes are effortlessly satisfied, the universe would have been stripped of all of its resources by now. Like if human beings continued to exist, it would be a very desolate and awful place for the survivors, I would think. So the default answer to every request is no. Why? Because it costs nothing to want, but it costs something to give. And there's that inherent asymmetry. So in general, the way to overcome that asymmetry is if I want something, in exchange for what I want to get from you, I might give you something of commensurate value that you want from me. That's the pro-social solution that has brought people into relationships in society of all kinds. Is the basis of relationship is the transaction of unequal goods of comparable value. And when that doesn't happen, for whatever reason, no relationship exists, nor can exist. In any case, going back to the game of please no. The game of please no, as it was taught to me in this acting class, always has 2 players. There's always, let's say, a wanter and a giver. The wanter can only say the word please. The giver can only say the words no and yes. And the giver has to start from a no position. And the game continues for as long as it needs to until the wanter can change the no into a yes using only the...
Okay, so how would we do that?
Well, what you learn, like I was saying earlier, is that a word is both a semantic message, but it's
like
also a container for emotion.
So you're really leveraging the emotion of...
And the nonverbal communication. If you're stripped of the ability to use your words, you have to use facial expression. You have to use tone of voice. You have to use gesture. You have to use body language. And what you discover is that you can communicate all kinds of different intentions without using words at all.
Okay, so if I pick up this book and I go, I gesture to pass it towards you for people that can't see us right now, and I go, please.
Sure, yes, thank you.
So you've just said yes.
Exactly. One of the best ways to get what you want is polite request.
Okay.
And there was nothing unusual about your request. It seemed like it was a completely normal thing. And here we are, we have good rapport. Why wouldn't I take the book from you, you know? So what I've discovered by watching hundreds and hundreds of those playthroughs is that different strategies tend to emerge in that game that are predictably associated with success. And you see these strategies in cocktail lounges, in corporate boardrooms, in exotic bazaars where you're actually trading spices and whatnot. It's like, it's the fundamental strategies of negotiation, right? These are things like intimidation, seduction, victimization, playfulness, friendliness, straightforwardness, quitting. There's all kinds of strategies that have developed that, leaving aside the moral or ethical implications of those strategies, work. And they work by stimulating a certain emotion inside of you, which is manipulation. And if I can use my tone, my words, my actions to stimulate the right emotion in you, then you are going to move in the direction where I want you to.